And our last topic is multiplying decimals. And multiplying decimals is similar to multiplying double-digit numbers. So I'm going to set these up using the box method and distributive property. So again, you can choose which method you like. So I'm going to start off with the box method. And again, on this one, I'm just going to go ahead and throw my negative sign there right away, so I don't have to worry about that in my problem. So starting with my box. And this time we do have to keep the decimal point as a place value so that we can think about that when we multiply. So 5 times 4 is 20, that's a nice easy one. 5 times 0.4, or 4/10. So we have to think about the fact that 5 times 4 is 20, but obviously our answer when we take 40 cents and have 5 groups of 40 cents isn't $20, it's only $2. So think about kind of moving the decimal one place for the number that we have behind the decimal point. Same thing if we have 20 cents and we have 4 groups of 20 cents, we have 80 cents. And this one is much more challenging to think about money-wise. If you have 2/10 of 40 cents, how much money is that? But remember, you can think about one of them as a percent. So I'm going to think about it as 20% of 40 cents. Now, if you have 20% of something, you don't have all of it. You have only part of it. So when we do the 2 times 4 and get 8, our answer can't be 0.8 because 80 cents is bigger than what we started with. We have 2 numbers behind the decimal point in our question, so we have 2 numbers behind the decimal point in our answer. All right, so now I'm going to add them together again using place value. So I've got 2 whole numbers, 20 plus 2 is 22. And then 2 numbers behind the decimal point, 80 plus 8 cents is 88 cents. So 22.88. All right, let's look at the next one using distributive property. And I almost forgot my answer was negative. I'm not putting my answer where I should. This one again is negative as well. And I'm going to split this up as 6 plus 8/10 and then 9 plus 7/10. Multiplying 6 times 9, I get 54. 6 times 7/10. 6 times 7 is 42. I have 1 number behind the decimal point. Again, thinking about if you have 6 groups of 70 cents, you have $4.20. 80 cents times 9, $7.20. And then 80% of 70 cents, so it's less than what we started with. 8 times 7 is 56, 2 numbers behind the decimal point in the question, so 2 numbers behind in the answer. This one, I'm going to use some place value. I've got 54, I'm just going to add my integers together, so I've got 54 plus 4 is 58, plus 7 is 65. And then I'm going to look at my tenths place, and I have 2/10 plus 2/10 is 4/10, plus 5/10 is 9/10, and then the 600th doesn't have any like terms. Last question. This time we are looking at percent off. But remember, when you multiply a percent by a number, you turn it into a decimal. So this time I'm going to have 0.05 times 189. And instead of estimating, we are going to find out how much money that I paid for it. So I'm going to stick with my 0.05. There's only one significant figure, the 5. And I'm going to do 100 plus 80 plus 9. And actually, instead of doing this exactly, I think I'm going to teach you a trick for working with percents instead. So let me get rid of this. So this is still our original question. I still need 5% of 189. The shortcut is that 5% is half of 10%. And 10% is really easy to find. All you have to do is move the decimal point one place to the left. So in a number like $189, we move the decimal one place to the left, and $18.90 equals 10%. Well, I want half of that because 5% is half of 10%. So I'm going to divide this by 2. 18 divided by 2 is $9, and 90 cents divided by 2 is 45 cents. So I save $9.45. So estimate how much money I need to buy it. Well, I'm gonna take off $9.50 and add that nickel back on. So $1.89 minus $9.50. What I do when I have to do this is instead of borrowing, I subtract 10 and then add that 50 cents back on. So 189 minus 10 is 179, adding the 50 cents back on, and then, since that was only 45, adding that last nickel back on. So I would need $179.55 to buy the jersey. And the you try problems. Please make sure that you have these ready to go so you can discuss your answers with your peers. And we're skipping the estimating because I want you to use box method or distributive property to multiply those decimals.